Hi guys, welcome back to Champion Craft, and this is the 9th video in the series of Prometheus Certified Associate course. In the past 2 lectures we have discussed how to install Prometheus and how to run the Prometheus in Ubuntu Mission. Among those two past lectures, one is a theory video and the other is a hands-on video where we practically go to EC2 Mission and install Prometheus and run Prometheus. But there is a problem with the last 2 lectures. If you haven't checked it earlier, so I request you to go to those videos. I will leave the links in cart and as well as description of this video. That is a must watch before further proceeding in this video. So the problem with the earlier process is when you use this Prometheus executable to run the Prometheus server, this executable will run a process that will actually stick to our terminal, which will not allow us to do any further commanding. So also the process Prometheus process using this terminal for printing logs, but we don't want this. So we want the Prometheus process to run in the background. That's the first point. The second point is the Prometheus service should not stick to our terminal and it should allow us to run further commands in the terminal. The third point is whenever our Ubuntu server restarts, our Prometheus server also should restart. So this can be done with several steps. I will be navigate you guys with those steps. So as a first step, we need to create a user. The responsibilities of this user is to run the Prometheus server in background. So we are using this command sudo user add and 2 flags with a name. I have given Prometheus as a name, the name of the user. You can also give a one of your choice. So what these 2 flags will tell us is these 2 flags will not let this user have the privilege to log into Ubuntu Mission, and we also don't want that, because the only responsibility of this user is to run the process behind the scene. So there is no point of giving this user a privilege to log into Ubuntu server except security threat. We want to create 2 directories. One is /etc/Prometheus. The other one is /var/lib/Prometheus. The first directory is going to used for storing the Prometheus configuration file, and the second directory will be used for storing data scraped by Prometheus server. Before actually further proceeding, we also want to make sure these directories are under the ownership of Prometheus, because the Prometheus user is going to handle these directories, like the contents, accessing content under these directories, reading and writing. So it is completely fine to give a complete ownership of these directories to Prometheus user. So that is what we are doing using these 2 commands. So we are using Prometheus group and Prometheus user as an owner and privileged user for these 2 directories. In the next step, we will use this command to download a tar zip file which will have all the files which are required to install Prometheus in any server like Ubuntu or any machine. And this particular link is in order to install Prometheus server in Ubuntu machine. If you see success 200 OK, so if that is present in the logs, that means this URL downloaded a tar file at your current directory. If you see in the current directory, you will have this file Prometheus dot some version and Linux AMD architecture and tar.z. So in order to unzip this, we use the command tar xvf. If you do run this command, so all the contents inside this tar file will come to your current directory. Basically in your current directory, a folder will be created. Inside that folder you will have all the files. This is a folder name, and inside it you have several files, as you can see here. So let's enter into the directory. So we can use cd command to enter into that directory. If you do ls-lrt, you can see the executable and the binaries and the configuration files and templates, everything will be present here. We already discussed about this. This is an executable which can be used to start the Prometheus server, and this is the command line utility which will be used to run some commands by which we can actually validate the correctness or syntax of Prometheus configuration which is present in Prometheus.yml. As a summary, so this is what we are going to do. So we are moving this Prometheus and prom tool to directory /user/local/bin. Likewise, we are going to move Prometheus.yml and this consoles directory and consoles libraries directories under etc Prometheus. And this is we will talk about these things in later slides of this video. So let's do this first. So we are using cp commands to move these 5 files under these 2 directories, and we also wanted to change the ownership of those 5 things, like these 5 things after moving to these 2 directories, such that only Prometheus have the access to read, write and execute all of them. So we are changing all of the permissions of those 5 files under Prometheus group and Prometheus user. And later, now we have all the files in the proper directories. I constructed a command which says sudo, which uses the sudo privileges, and hyphen Prometheus, which means we are running this command as a Prometheus user, and the executable is located at this place, and the configuration file is located at this place, and we are going to store any data that is kept by this process into this directory. And also we use console templates and console libraries for booting up the Prometheus UI. So this will actually start the Prometheus server, which will run in the foreground, and which also don't have any process running behind the scene. It also runs as pretty much as same as /Prometheus. The reason why we have this many things here is we actually moved those configuration files to different libraries, right? So that's the reason it looks like this right now. So we will further tune this such that our process will run as a background service. So in order to do run our process as a background service, we need to create a file under etc under systemd system and Prometheus service. This is particularly for Ubuntu mission, so you can actually find it maybe different path for Linux. Please check out in the documentation, you can find there. So you need to copy and paste this configuration there, and basically this is the command that we are going to start, and this particular piece of code will do start the service after a network is up. And soon after you creating this file, what you need to do is you need to reload the daemon, since you made some changes in the configuration file, right? So reloading a daemon is a must. And now you can actually start a Prometheus using Prometheus start, like this sudo systemctl start Prometheus. That will actually definitely start the Prometheus as a service. You can also check whether the service is up or not using sudo systemctl service Prometheus. That should show something like this, like active equal run. If you are able to see that, yeah, you are in the right track, and the Prometheus server is running behind the scene. And if you want to make this Prometheus service restarted when the actual Ubuntu server restarts, you need to enable it. So in order to enable it, we need to run this command sudo systemctl enable Prometheus. Now if you check the Prometheus status of the Prometheus service, you can see present equal to enabled. In the earlier case, it is not present equal to enabled, it is something else. Let me see if I could able to figure out it. Yeah, it is present is enabled. Yeah, I think the same maybe it's a mistake, but it won't be there. It will be false here. Yep. And if you go to the public IP colon 9090 port, which is used for Prometheus, you can see we can have the dashboard of Prometheus, and if you try to run this up command, you can see we got a job already, which is the Prometheus itself. As we already discussed, Prometheus will scrape itself. And thank you guys, that's it for this video. In the next video I'm going to do a demo. Thanks for watching.